Hey guys, Anirian here. To be honest, I'm pretty nervous right now. This is going to be my first really big project. I am going to be recording Pokemon Emerald. Welcome to my biggest Let's Play yet. Pokemon Emerald for the Game Boy Advance. This Pokemon game is the yellow to golden is what yellow was to red and blue, and what crystal was to ruby. See how nervous I am? Is what yellow was to red and blue, and what crystal was to gold and silver. Pokemon Emerald is the third of the gem games. The third gen gem games, at least. And definitely has the most features. And it's a pretty big undertaking for someone so new to Let's Playing like me, but I really like this game. Gen 3's region, Hoenn, is my favorite region. It looks great. Fantastic. It looks amazing. And I really like Gen 3 in general. I can't wait for the Generation 3 remakes. It's one of my three favorite generations. The others being, naturally, like everyone... Well, actually, I prefer Gen 2, Gen 5, and Gen 3 are my favorites. Hi, sorry to keep you waiting. Welcome to the world of Pokemon. My name is Birch. But everyone calls me the Pokemon Professor. This is what we call a Pokemon. It's a Lotad! This world is lightly inhabited by creatures known as Pokemon. We humans live alongside Pokemon, at times as friendly playmates, and at times as cooperative workmates. And sometimes, we band together and battle others like us. But despite our closeness, we don't know everything about Pokemon. In fact, there are many, many secrets surrounding Pokemon. To unravel Pokemon mysteries, I've been undertaking research. That's what I do. And you are? Are you a boy, or are you a girl? I am a boy. What is my name? I'm going to go with the traditional names of... the traditional name of this character is actually Ruby. The girl is named Sapphire, named May in the English version, and Haruka in the Japanese version of the game, but I prefer Sapphire. Just because the first two characters from the first gen were named Red and Blue, I like to name them after their version. After their versions. So I always name the male character in each one what they are in the Pokemon Special manga, actually, is what I named them after. The red and blue are obvious, or red and green, doesn't matter, since the girl for Gen 1 from Fire Red and Leaf Green is actually, Leaf. Even in Japan, she wasn't called Ha, which is the Japanese word for leaf. She was called Lifu. So it was pronounced Leaf, no matter which way, no matter where you were. This is a Little Root town. How do you like it? This is our new home. It has a quaint feel, but it seems to be an easy place to live, don't you think? How'd you get your own room, Ruby? Let's go inside. See, Ruby? Isn't it nice in here, too? The movers Pokemon do all the work of moving us in and cleaning up after. This is so convenient. Ruby, your room is upstairs. Go check it out, dear. Dad bought you a new clock to mark a move here. Don't forget to set it. Yeah. Whatever. I'm going to say that it is currently 11 a.m. Because it doesn't matter. Time won't pass for this. Ruby, how do you like your new room? Good, everything's put away neatly. They finished moving everything in downstairs, too. Pokemon movers are so convenient. We should make sure everything is all there on your desk. We have a Nintendo GameCube and a Game Boy Advance connected to serve as the controller. What are we playing? Are we playing Zelda Four Swords Adventures? Let's boot up our PC and get the traditional potion, not Pokemon, out of our item storage. There are no items. Our PC is apparently really old. It has a bright gray screen when you start it up. So it's the TV, though, so... Oh, Ruby, quick, come quickly. Look, it's Petalburg Gym. Maybe Dad will be on. We brought you this report from in front of Petalburg Gym. Oh, it's over. I think Dad was on, but we missed him. Too bad. Anyways, one of Dad's friends lives in town. Professor Birch is his name. He was right next door, so you should go and introduce yourself. No, we shouldn't go and introduce ourselves. We should go into options. Change our border to type 2, because I love type 2. Change our text speed to fast. And change our sound to stereo. That sounds so much better. And you are? Oh, you're Ruby, our new next-door neighbor. Hi! We have a daughter about the same age as you. Our daughter was excited about making a new friend. Our daughter is upstairs, I think. You don't keep a very good... You obviously don't keep very good track of your Hi there. Huh? Who are you? Oh, you're Ruby. So your move was today. I'm May! Glad to meet you. I have this dream of becoming friends with Pokemon all over the world. I heard about you from my dad, Professor Birch! I was hoping that you would be nice, Ruby, and that we could be friends. Oh, this is silly, isn't it? I've just met you, Ruby. Oh no, I forgot. I was supposed to go help Dad catch some wild Pokemon. Ruby, I'll catch you later. It's May's Pokeball. Better leave it right where it is. She has an orange GameCube. I've never actually seen one of those in real life. Let's try to leave town, because this girl is saying, hi, there's scared Pokemon outside. I can hear their cries. I want to go see what's going on, but I don't have any Pokemon. Can you go see what's happening for me? Help me! Is he being attacked by a Zigzagoon? In my bag, there's a Pokeball. Time to pick our starter! Well, let's see here. We can pick from 3 Pokemon. Trico, the Woodgecko Pokemon. Trico is a special sweeper with decent speed, the highest out of the 3 Pokemon here, and very good special attack and middle-of-the-range defenses. Trico evolves into Grovyle and then into Sceptile. The Chick Pokemon, Torchic, is a physical sweeper and almost a glass cannon. It has... But a problem with it being a sweeper is that it has atrociously low speed. Not horrid, but it's really bad. It is very, very strong when it hits, though, and its defenses... All 3 of the starters have mid-of-the-range defenses. Torchic has the worst defenses of the 3, but they're still not horrid. But the typing doesn't really work in its favor, because when it turns into Blaziken, it gains a fighting type, which gains it a weakness to psychic types. And it has a disadvantage against most of the gym leaders in this game. The Mudfish Pokemon Mudkip is another physical sweeper, but it's different from Torchic. Whereas this thing tries to crush things with overwhelming power, Mudkip more specializes in setups by using things like Curse and moves like Earthquake, which it gets Stab on because it gets ground typing later, which is actually very, very good typing for a water type. And meaning it will get Stab from Earthquake, which is always an amazing thing. Now, I thought about this for quite a while before I started this, and I'm actually going to start with Trico. Trico is my favorite of the 3, and I like having a special sweeper. Just because it seems like normal defense is more prevalent than special defense, and a lot of the gym leaders in this game are weak to grass. You could say that each of the 3 Pokemon are a different route. You could say Trico's easy mode, Mudkip is medium mode, and Torchic is hard mode. Not like there's really much difficulty in the single-player mode of Pokemon anyway. The real challenge in Pokemon comes from when you get into playing multiplayer battles. Don't let the kiddie reputation of this series fool you. Pokemon has an extremely complex battle and growth system. I could go on all day about how EVs and IVs and different berries and hold items you can equip and what different movesets do what and natures and all kinds of stuff. But that's not for this Let's Play. This is just a playthrough. I've heard so much about you from your father. I've heard that you don't have your own Pokemon yet. But the way you battled earlier, you pulled it off with a Aplomb! This is a move I actually learned from this game. Aplomb. It essentially means you did it very well. I guess you have your father's blood in your veins after all. Oh, yes. As thanks for rescuing me, I'd like you to have the Pokemon you used earlier. Ruby received the Trico. While you're at it, why not give a nickname to that Trico? Sure. I'm actually going to name my Pokemon after various characters of mine that I've made up. A lot of them have really Japanese-sounding names because I was a really huge nerd when I made them. This one sounds Japanese, but this actually isn't a Japanese name. I took it from a fantasy novel called Winterbirth by Brian Ruckley. Inurian is how it's pronounced. It's also my username. Sure, I'll do that. Get me to teach you what it means to be a trainer. It sounds so intense. Let's go. We're just walking along. There's a person there, but it's not a trainer, because why would we have to fight trainers yet? Yes, if we want to catch Pokemon, we have to search in the tall grass. Like here. Wurmple! Wurmple has 2 evolutions. But I'll say those for later. There are 3 Pokemon you can encounter on this route in either of the games. The appearance rate for 2 of them is reversed depending on if you're playing Emerald or Ruby and Sapphire. In Ruby and Sapphire, Zigzagoon is very common and Poochyena is uncommon. In Emerald, it's the exact opposite. Both Zigzagoon and Poochyena aren't very good Pokemon. They're decent if you just need something to take damage while you get healed or something in the early parts of the game. Sure, we'll go with you. Awesome music. I love the Follow Me theme. I always have. Do 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 do. I followed you 10 feet to the Pokemart. Now give me my free potion. Oh god, the music stopped. I forgot about that. Now give me my free potion as I listen to you blab. Hey, thank you. I love this song. It's so awesome. I'm done now. What do you want to talk about? What Pokemon battles? Yeah. We already know this. In case you're wondering, this is the Pokemon menu. This is how it looks in this game. This was the first time it looked like this. In the previous games, it was a straight vertical line. This one added the one on the left being the first Pokemon out with the bigger Pokemon thing. It also added separate models for every Pokemon in the Pokemon thing. And in general, they did really good with this game, I think. Looks completely... All the graphics are way better than they were in Crystal and everything. And they were pretty amazing in Crystal. For footprints of a rare Pokemon, huh? I wonder what kind of footprints those could be. Let's go into the Pokemon Center and see how it looks. A lot of people I know don't know you can actually click on that sign to read it. This is just a standard Pokemon Center, nothing special, but Pokemon Centers also never started looking like this until Gen 3. And they kept this appearance all the way up into Gen 4 and Heart Gold and Soul Silver. In Gen 5, they took on an even more complex appearance. This is where you can battle. You notice there's a wireless thing here for some reason. That's because there are these wireless things you can buy for the Game Boy. They give wireless functionality, but I don't know why the wireless thing is there, because that didn't work with Pokemon until Fire Red and Leaf... Wait, this is Emerald. I think Emerald actually... You know, I'm not too sure on my release dates right now. I don't know if Emerald came out after Fire Red... You can catch one more Pokemon up here on Route 103, but it's not very good. It's Wingull. It evolves into a decent Special Wall. Pelipper, but it's really not as good as you could want. Let's just pound this Poochyena. Ignore the bad jokes, guys. Ignore the bad jokes. Pounding Poochyenas, huh? And it's female, and my Trico is male. Man, imagine if I got a shiny Trico. Could you imagine? Holy crap! What are you doing? Stop getting critical hits like that, man. Am I going to fail in this? I learned Absorb. Already learned the grass move. That's the thing about grass-type Pokemon. They tend to mature more quickly than other Pokemon. This is also the first game in this... No, wait. This definitely came out after Fire Red and Leaf Green. I'm almost positive now. Fire Red and Leaf Green was the first game, after all, to feature... Also, this game has animations for Pokemon when they first come out. That was skipped over in Fire Red, Leaf Green, Ruby, and Sapphire. something that they brought back from Pokemon Crystal for another game that is just like Crystal. We get Stab on Absorb, and it's special, which is stronger, so we're going to use it. Stab deals 1.5 times damage, so if you use Stab and something's not very effective, you're actually not dealing half damage as you normally would because you've got a same type attack bonus because you're using a move that's the same type as your Pokemon is. You're actually dealing 0.75 damage because it adds Stab first, which is 1.5 times damage, and then it cuts that by 50%, meaning you do 0.75 damage for your base attack. This is the rival trainer theme, just saying. Oh, I see. My dad gave you a Pokemon as a gift. Since we're here, let's have a quick battle. We'll give you a taste of what being a trainer is like. Sure, May. Whatever you say. Both of the two big characters got green into their outfits for this part. I'm a higher level than you. I'm gonna win. Unless you get a critical hit, because you have Scratch, which has a higher critical rate than mine does, and you have higher physical attack. And I'm just going to see here if Absorb does more or less damage because it's not very effective. And let's see here. Much less damage. I think I just lost the advantage because of that, so I'm going to... Please don't crit, 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 please don't... Thank you! Man. It would have been so embarrassing if I died there. I mean, could you imagine? Dying in the first rival battle in the game. Dying in the first rival battle. Could you imagine how embarrassing that would be? Oh, wow. Time really flies when you're playing Pokemon. I didn't realize we're already at 15 minutes. I leveled up again from this battle. Yeah, you know I'm good. Now hand over your money. I think I know what my dad has as an eye out for you now. I mean, you just got that Pokemon, but it already likes you. You might be able to befriend any kind of Pokemon easily. Let's head back to the lab. And then she just walks away, leaving us here. And with that, guys, we're going to end this episode off here. I'll see you guys later in the next episode of Let's Play Pokemon Emerald. You don't know how hard it was to not say Mario & Luigi Superstar Saga. This has been Anirian, signing off.